I really like LEGO Fortnite, and I really liked the Klombos back when they were in the game. You could say I was a certified Klombo enjoyer. They were only in the game for about 2 months. This was back in 2022. At the start of Chapter 3 Season 2, they all died off, though luckily it turned out they were all hibernating, though I think one of them did die, so we did have a confirmed death. So I was very excited to see them return, especially within the LEGO mode. After hearing that, I wanted to try and make my own one, to celebrate. The same day I thought of this, I saw what they'd look like. And I thought they looked kinda creepy. I mean, to be fair, this was through like a sticker that was given away as a promo item, though it wasn't the greatest first impression of them. In-game they do look far better, but I still knew what I had to do. So I made this. This took roughly 2 weeks to come together, especially if you consider how many Bricklink orders I did within that time for this model alone. There are a few rough spots here and there, but with the amount of time I gave myself, I think it came out okay. I mean, I just sort of made it up as I went along, adding, taking away pieces, and constantly reiterating on the same build. The head alone went for a few different designs until I landed on this. I think it's appealing, the eyes I'm especially proud of, along with the mouth. I even managed to include 2 rows of teeth and the spiky things that are on the back of the head, though if I did it again I would have integrated the head better onto the build. I originally used a ball joint connection, but it was too weak, so I ended up using a ratchet one instead, though the movement is limited due to said spikes. I used a few different snot techniques across the build, with the main body having studs on the top and on the bottom. I very much exhausted all my medium lavender slopes for this build, almost entirely tiling it off. They're connected for a few pairs of mixel joints. It keeps them together but it limits the articulation, with them only being able to go left and right. Though if I used normal sized ball joints, I think that would have made the model kind of flimsy. Also, you may be wondering about the colours. Same. I wasn't too sure of what kind of colours to use myself, so I went for medium lavender for the top part of the body and tan for the bottom part. This is due to how many colours the Klombos are, also because I wasn't sure how easy it would be to get a majority of these colours in the parts I needed, so I just stuck with medium lavender and tan, and I used tan over white because I felt like white would have been the obvious choice, and I just sort of felt like it because I think white was too bright of a colour, if that makes any sense, and I think they work well together. I added some light blue cheese slopes across the top of the build to represent the various scales and bumps across the top of the creature, and to add a bit of colour. I also left some studs exposed so there's a perfect spot for some minifigures to sit, and lastly the tail. Anyway, I'll quickly go over the legs. They're all the same build mirrored on both sides. I was thinking about including some knee articulation, but I quickly abandoned that because I wanted to keep the model structurally sound and at a reasonable height. They all have fairly normal articulation and can hold up the build well. Before I finish, I want to quickly show off this. I made this little Klombo berry to go with it, and I just thought that was neat. And that's my mock. I wasn't really too sure what else to do with this, I just sort of winged it and I made it. I can't really say much to that. And I think it came out okay. I think it does have a lot of room for improvement though, especially compared to Epic's actual model. For much as I said it looked kind of creepy, I do hope we get it as an official set because it is actually pretty cool. Anyway, so what did you think of my mock? Do you think there's anything else I could have done? Leave your thoughts down below. And while you're down there, maybe consider subscribing for more news, reviews, mocks, and whatever else I can think of. I'm Under the Brick saying goodbye and see you next time.